very little, reminding people that the reflexive soundbite is, oh, we haven't made a decision on impeachment yet. And you had people who previously called for the president's impeachment the moment he got inaugurated yesterday, literally reflexively with the soundbite, oh, no, we haven't decided on it yet. I'm still have my mind open. That's not true. I would respect them so much more if they would just admit that impeachment is a means to the end. And the end is to get rid of Donald Trump because they have no idea how to defeat him than they did in 2016. I want to say a couple things I haven't heard said. Number one, as of August 1st, you had a majority of Democrats in the House already publicly saying that they were in favor of an impeachment inquiry. That was August 1st, folks. This is long before all this broke. By September 22nd, you had the first Democrat, her name is Angie Craig, Congresswoman of Minnesota, say for the first time that she was voting for an impeachment inquiry because of the call with Ukraine. September 22nd, she was number 138. So the fix has been in for a long time. All summer long, there was a tally going on in the news of how many Democrats, as of that day, said they would favor an impeachment inquiry. Right. Let's stop pretending it has a damn thing to do with the 15 witnesses over two committees the Democrats have called over the last couple of weeks. One out of those 15 witnesses has said that he or she has ever talked to the president, about Ukraine. And I have one more thing to say I want to get out today. If you, ladies and gentlemen, if you went to work today to manicure nails, to manicure lawn, if you went to work with a jackhammer or a welding machine or mechanics tools or a carpentry belt and not 3 degrees from Yale, that woman yesterday looks her nose down at you. She thinks that you are less than her. And I've had it. Do you know why that man ran for president in the first place? For the forgotten man, forgotten woman? You know why I'm still here at the White House? For you. For people who are looked down upon by people with 3 Yale law degrees, had the audacity to say that liberals like to cluster together and live together. Well, conservatives can't even stand to be together. That's why they're scattered. Well, who the hell are you, lady,
that was Pamela
to look
Karlan.
down at half of the country?
That's a good point. That was Pamela Karlan.
She was the witness. She's the star witness. She didn't educate us. She spends her life lecturing people. She hobnobs with the elite, with the next generation of lawyers.
All right,
I took out 6 figures worth of student loans to put myself through law school and college with my single mother working her tail off to supplement that. I resent someone like that looking down at half of America. She sounds like Hillary Clinton with deplorables and irredeemables, and we're sick of it, and people are watching. You want to get the president, you want to look down on him, you look down on the people. Tired of it.
Well, Kellyanne, Nancy Pelosi is going to make a statement in less than an hour.
Oh, yippee.
And we know they're going to vote for impeachment, ultimately.
Yeah, so she should just say that. Just say it. Just say you're already voting for impeachment. These witnesses mean nothing.
And maybe they will in an hour. But there's a Washington Post item up right now. It says White House gears up for aggressive effort to defend Trump in Senate as House moves toward the impeachment vote. And it says that the president essentially wants to make his case with live witnesses in the Senate where he feels he can get a fair shake. Now, if he was going to have live witnesses, you got to figure they would invite Hunter Biden, maybe Joe Biden. In fact, Peter Doocy yesterday crossed trails in Iowa with Joe Biden and asked him if he's going to show up. Here's his answer.
The White House is now saying that if there's a Senate impeachment trial, they might like to call you as a witness. Is that something where you would appear voluntarily?
No, I'm not going to let them take their eye off the ball. The president is the one who has committed impeachable crimes, and I'm not going to let him divert from that. I'm not going to let anybody divert from that. And like you heard me say a lot of times, if he's worried about corruption, I released 21 years of my tax returns. Let him release some of his.
Joe Biden was a senator for years. He knows how it works. If he's called, he should go.
He should go. And by the way, they are investigating corruption. If you go back and look at the original transcript, the president is asking them to investigate corruption and make good on the campaign promise that was successful for President Zelensky of Ukraine. He successfully ran and won, and not a squeaker election, basically a very decisive election on the anti-corruption agenda. The Ukrainian people agree with President Trump that we have to root out corruption in Ukraine. He only wanted to make it good. Now, if you're investigating Burisma, And it takes you to a couple of the board members there. We didn't decide who sits on the board of Burisma. If you're investigating corruption in Ukraine and it takes you to anybody named Biden, we're not starting with the Bidens. I disagree completely that the facts are undisputed. The entire point of the trial in the Senate would be to get to the facts. The Democrats missed a huge opportunity to build their case. They didn't present evidence yesterday. They didn't present fact witnesses.
They only
who can
brought
tell
witnesses
us.
from one side.
Who spend their lives, their careers lecturing, and that's fine, that's their right, and they tried to lecture us. I think they would have done much better having trial attorneys who are accustomed to arguing evidence, building a case. But I wanted to say this. We don't choose, President Trump, me, any of us haven't chosen the board members of Burisma any more than we choose who's running for president in 2020. We just take them as they come. So if you investigate Burisma, which was known as one of the more corrupt companies in Ukraine, and if you investigate what happened with the prosecutor, who Joe Biden insisted be fired because the said prosecutor was investigating Burisma, and that takes you to anybody named Biden, that's where the, quote, facts and evidence take you. But the professor yesterday talking about how the president demanded that a foreign government interfere in our election. I've got the transcript right here. I don't see 2020 in there. I don't see President Trump referring to Joe Biden as a spooky, scary political opponent. He doesn't need the Ukraine to help him beat Joe Biden any more than we needed Russia to beat what's her name.
There's the other big story
on a radio show yesterday for some odd reason.
There's another big story. It was the president over in London.